Hello and welcome to TarotScopes for my Earth signs for 12/21/2020. These TarotScopes will be for the signs Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. And if you like the content that I bring to you, please make sure you hit that subscribe button and that bell so you get notified whenever I release more content. So let's get right to it. Also, before we get right to it, please stay until the end because I do have a general message for all of my earth signs. Now we'll get right to it. First, we've got Capricorn, my goats. How are my goats doing? My stoic little goat creatures that you are. What do we have in store for us today? What do we have going on this day? Okay, so Capricorn, all that hard work that we did, that we put in the last couple of weeks, and we still feel like we didn't make enough money. We still feel like we haven't made the resources necessary to continue on the next couple of months. But it's okay. There is a bounce back here. Through our bounce back, though, it is very important that we do not play the fool, in which case the fool is in reverse. This means don't be naive. Don't look at things and Capricorn, you normally don't. Capricorns, you're normally very stoic. You know, you take things, you take life as it comes, but also very realistic, right? So naivety isn't necessarily in your forte. However, let's remember not to be naive in the future. There, again, a place of restriction. We've put ourselves in a place of restriction on purpose, kind of like a CYA, to cover our behinds, even if that means putting ourselves in our own physical pain. Maybe if that means giving us a little bit of anxiety, a little bit of worry. But everything would work out in the end, okay? You just give it a little bit more time. I feel like there is something else that's going on too, that we are emotionally, no, not emotionally. Yeah, emotionally. We are emotionally walking away from an issue. See, this is our spirit walking away. Like our intuition is saying, no, it's time to walk away. And our spirit, our emotions, we're walking away. But we're physically still planted where we were. Physically still in this place that we don't want to be in, that we don't need to be in. So, you know, do that walking away. Don't stay where you don't need to stay. This is Yule, right? And what happens with Yule? And this is something that I probably want to do. I think next year I'm going to do like every time. Anyway, so Yule, this is the time where, yeah, you get rid of the old stuff from last year. You get rid of all of the old stuff because next year when it comes time for Emilk, or as some people would call it, Candlemas, we would be bringing in our new intentions, sowing the seeds of new intent for the year to come, or like New Year's resolutions, you know. So this is a time where it is time to walk away from some things that we no longer need to make room for things that we do, or things that we want, or things that will help us and benefit us in the months to come. So, all right, Capricorn. Taurus, my bulls. How are my bulls doing? Okay, Taurus. Which one is it? It's this one. Sometimes the energies of the cards get so close that you really need to fine tune. Okay, which one is it that I'm picking out of the deck? Which one is it? Which one? Okay, so we've got some really good news here, Taurus. So yes, there was a little bit, yes, there's a lot of internal struggle. There's a little bit of fighting. There's a little bit of craziness going on, okay? Taurus, sometimes we, as stubborn as we are the causes of our own struggle, right? So it's really time for us to stop struggling, really. You have a hard time sometimes depending on other people, but especially people that you don't, for some reason, the people that are closest to you that you know you can depend on, you don't rely on them. You're so stubborn, okay? So rely on other people, and that would be the best way to help get rid of some of that internal struggles, internal fighting that we've got going on. The next, we've got the Six of Swords in reverse, right? In this card, my Phantom of the Opera card, but in reverse. This usually tells us, that it is time, because we're in a state of mental unclarity, we should be going a little bit slower so that we can kind of navigate and see where things are better. In this case, you just said, screw it. I don't need a compass. I don't need to slow down. We're just going to pile on, right? Like a typical Taurus, just plowing on through. This is not what you should be doing, Taurus, okay? There are good things coming, but good things are coming only when you let them, right? You put your intent in there, you do the work, and then you let it go. And that's when those good things happen. So, let it go. We've got two really great things, like I said, that are happening. For one, we're going to see that light at the head of the tunnel financially. We're going to see that light at the end of the tunnel physically. The coins cards, the pentacles cards are very much so about our physical needs, our health, our wealth, our physicalities. And this is telling me that, that light at the end of the tunnel is there. We're going to see that wealth that we need. We're going to start seeing that support. We're going to start seeing all those good things come to fruition. Again, we've worked really, really hard. This is the final reward, and we're about to see that. We're coming into a time that is a very fertile time for us. This is this card comes in the form of the Empress, and I want you to see the detail in this card. It's not just a card that represents mom, although this is a card that does represent motherhood, as you can see with the babe there. But this card also represents fertility. This card also represents permanence. Look at her trunk. She's the tree trunk. She is stable. She is the Mother Earth that gives life to all and sustenance to all. So maybe you are that mother to some that gives that that fertility or that abundance to others, right? So we're going to be in this mode of abundance. We're going to be in this mode of, those resources really coming in our way. Again, very fertile time of the year for us. And again, for some, it doesn't necessarily mean you all having babies. So it does sometimes very much so mean you're going to be getting good bonuses, good paychecks, or even your business will be succeeding and things like that. So I hope that makes sense for you. All right, Taurus. Next, I've got Virgo. Virgo, like a virgin. He. Touched for the very first time, like a virgin, when your heart beats next to mine. All right, Virgo. Virgo. All right, we got a couple of cards, Virgo, that we are going to need to talk about. Maybe there's a little sense of, we've got a little sense of loneliness. We've got a sense of little bit of loneliness, a little bit of sadness, because I really feel like we wanted to be part of the festivities, part of the celebration. Okay, this card is a card that talks about grief and sorrow and sometimes depression, and maybe even sometimes drinking a little too much because of our sorrows and depression. We're really a little bit into our minds. We're thinking about the past. We're thinking about times of family and friends and how we want to be there with them, for them. But it's very important that we do not get stuck in the past. If we get stuck in the past, we can't move forward. And I really do feel like it has things to do with the holidays, because this is my celebration card. We're exactly not partying right now, are we? This card is saying that, you know, we're missing out. We're purposely secluding ourselves, which is kind of why we're in this depressed, we're in this grief state. This is also a time, Virgo, where we're really not putting ourselves first at all. The Sun card. All right, we're dealing too much with other people and not enough time for ourselves, healing ourselves, and that could be for a number of different reasons. But this is a time, especially the next couple of days, where we really need to honor ourselves and our own inner temple, and not let people take advantage of it. These next couple of days where we are going to be alone, take that time to really meditate, to think about things. What are our plans for the next year? What seeds are we going to be planting? And don't get bogged down by the past. Again, if you stay in the past, you'll never see what's happening here in the present to be able to prepare yourself for the future, okay? And as promised, my earth signs, I do have a general message for you from the postcards of Spirit. And in here you see this really nice little moth, and it says celebrate life. And it says, dearest you have been, or you have a unique purpose and destiny that only you can fulfill. But first you need to know that destiny isn't a destination. You don't arrive at some place special. You don't arrive at some special place where, poof, you're perfect and happy all the time. It's about establishing and firming up a commitment to a certain experience, whatever form that takes. Remember how I did say, Virgo, to you know, that we can't be continually thinking about the past. We need to be in the present to prepare ourselves for the future. This sentence was just for you. Our soul knows what you need. Your soul knows what you need to experience. Your destiny is to be present at all of life's adventures, to discover your talents and full potential through allowing inspiration to lead you, and to risk standing apart from the crowd to listen to your soul. You are special as much as you are also paradoxically one with the world, individual yet part of a great whole. Both truths have led you to this moment where we are saying you are on the right track, even if your ego self doesn't see that. Listen to your soul, check in with Spirit, and keep going. All right. So I hope these messages resonated with you, even if it didn't. As long as I put a smile on your face and I entertained you, then I did my job. So again, thank you very much for hanging out with me today, and I'll see you guys next time. Namaste and God bless.